All right, and we're back. We've got a really good coffee today to try out. Uh, BSB redeemed 10,000 channel points to pick today's coffee. Um, and he did it just to cock block Devin from being able to. So a big shout out to BSB. Let's give him a shout out. But the sarcasm is strong. You're not wrong. But no, BSB streams on Twitch. He's a good friend of mine. I've been watching him for over a year now. We play Phasmo together from time to time. We do a bunch of other things together from time to time. He's a great guy. If you don't already follow BSB, like me and Chesh do, hop over there, give him a follow. He's a really cool dude. Likes to play racing games and stuff like that. We have a good time hanging out, harassing him as much as my dad likes to harass me. So today we're doing a Folger's Country Roast. It is a strong, robust, medium dark roast. He told me to grab like a dark roast, since he knows that's kind of the thing that I'm behind. But we will try it out. I don't think I've ever had a Folger's roast before. So this will be an interesting concept compared to like the Maxwell House that I'm used to. It should be very interesting. I imagine it's going to be about the same taste that you would normally have when it comes to like just your regular coffees. But I looked through all the different kinds of Folgers that they had at the grocery store today to see which one would be the darkest roast that I could get. And this is the one that I could get. So from Folgers, Country Roast, strong and robust. Let's see how strong and robust it actually is. So yeah, it's your typical coffee taste that you're used to. It's it is very strong. I will give it that. I would imagine it's got quite the kick of caffeine in it with it as well. I definitely, if I had to choose between this and my Maxwell House that I normally do, I would definitely probably pick my Maxwell House. But it's not a bad cup. There's some of those days, like after a night of adult beverages where you need that extra kick, that extra bitterness flavor, where this would probably do very well in. But like we've talked about with the other coffees that we've done in these roast rates, you're looking the bitterness that you have. It's definitely linked to the acidity of the beans that they made when they did that. It's not overwhelming, but it has that strong kick in the or punch in the gut the first like second of consuming the coffee. But okay, so second take, when you're ready for it, when you're prepared for it, it's not as bad as the first one. I probably wouldn't drink a whole lot of this. It's got a very full flavor, and I don't hate it. It reminds me of Straight to the Trash. You're not wrong, Chesh, but it's not bad by any means. I'm sure people that love Folgers coffee would enjoy this very much. I bought it, so I'm going to drink it to its entirety. Even the Kenyan or whatever it was that we had that was the lowest on the list. Let's look where. Oh no, Ethiopian was lowest. Man, but at least with the Ethiopian, when I blended those went really good together. Like, because I blended with the Peruvian and I blended with the Colombian. And those were really good. So I don't know if that might be something I try too, because I've still got not a bunch, but I've been drinking the Guatemalan a lot here recently. The last 3 or 4 streams that we've done, I've been drinking the Guatemalan. So I might actually try that with this just to see how it goes. Ethiopian, damn, sounds exotic. It wasn't. For a light roast, it was my first experience with light roast as well. It wasn't bad. I've got it at the lowest on my ratings just because of the fact that, well, one, it was a light roast that I'm not really inclined to be a part of. It was actually my first experience with any kind of light roast. And then the flavors and everything that they had added to it. Again, I was always a dark roast. Sit your spoon in it and it stays standing kind of thing. Now this would qualify under that. However, this doesn't really keep that flavor. It's your typical, you think of people that don't like coffee, their complaints about coffee, or at least that they don't like coffee without cream and sugar in it. You're looking at those complaints are what you get with this cup. You get that really dark tone as soon as you drink it, and then goes into the subtle aftertones of your normal beans. Now, all the beans that I've gotten from Fat Beans Coffee Lab, they have different tastes put in with them. For example, the last one that we did, you had, stop calling me out, but the last one that we had, it had like a dark chocolate taste at the beginning of it, and then it eased into the like fruity flavors that were a part of it. And like I said before, the last stream that we did, I'm not sure if that is because of stuff they add to the beans, or if that's just the natural flavor of the beans based off of where they're at when they're grown, based off of the elevation, based off of like what happens when he roasts them. I am not entirely sure about all that stuff, but it's going from that, from what I've been drinking, and especially because that's what my first cup was. Let me add some message to my beans. Oh, MSG to my beans. But yeah, the more, I don't know, so the robust flavor was stronger that time. So I'm not entirely, it's still a good cup of coffee. It tastes a little burnt, but again, the stronger coffee you have, the more that's going to be adamant. But it's by no means a bad cup of coffee. It's not my favorite that we've had. I'd probably put it above the Ethiopian, just because I really wish I could go back and try that one again with all the experience that I've had tasting these coffees. I'd probably put it at a 7. If I don't know if any of you guys have seen my roast rates rating, but we're gonna edit that right now. But I'd put it below the Kenya and above the Ethiopian. Folger I can't spell. Folger's Country Roast. Medium dark roast. Alright. Local grocery store. That's where I got it from. 7 cups of coffee. Yeah, again, it's not a bad roast. I'm going to drink the entirety of that bit that I've gotten. But yeah, it's I'm looking forward to getting more of the exotic beans, just because, like, for example, I've been drinking this kind of coffee my entire life. It's not something that I'm not used to. It's not something that's out of the ordinary or exciting. Or, as much as I hate to say how much I'm going to hate, I'm gonna hate that mushroom coffee whenever Devin hops back into a stream. But if any of you guys don't already follow me on Discord, alright, well, I'll just do the whole links. But if any of you do not follow me on Discord or whatever, and you guys are interested in these things that I'm talking about, my Discord link's in there. It's also got my Twitter on there and my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel, I've been slacking on here recently, but it's where I cut up my VODs. For example, I've got all of my Dark Souls remastered bosses in there. So I've got all of that stuff on there, and I've got most of my Dark Souls 3 bosses on there. Mushroom, wonder how that's gonna taste. I know, it's as much as I'm not looking forward to it at all, I'm kind of curious now. When we first talked about it, I was like, no way, nope, no, I'm never gonna do that, never, ever, never. But then like a week went by and I'm like, oh, I don't want to be that bad. And that's when I put the channel redemption points in. And I was just like, and then this whole week it's just been kind of like, I wonder what it's gonna taste like. Like a part of me knows it's gonna be terrible, right? Like it's gonna be terrible. But what if it's not terrible? What if it is good? Like what if it's something to enjoy? Like what if this is some weird concoction that's gonna taste amazing? It's stuff like you never know. It's just like mushrooms at the beginning when they were first, you talk about mushrooms that were on like, poop, and who saw it to pick those mushrooms, clean them off, and eat them. It's you think it's gonna be good? I don't know why though. Yeah, it's if people sell it, it's got to be at least decent. It's got to be at least like even the Ethiopian. Yeah, granted that's not for me, but even that there's somebody that's got to love it. If people are buying it, then there's got to be somebody to buy it, and but that's just on Twitter. I put updates whenever I publish a YouTube video. It's an easy way to do it. Easiest way to get everything though is Discord. I've got different different channels and everything for everything that I do. For example, my behind the scenes bowling, where I do everything with my bowling repairs. I put descriptions on there if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, what I do for a job. I've still got to put up the posts and pictures from the light ball sensor repair that I did earlier this week, but I've been slacking on that. Imagine that. And then I also have a game suggestion spot in there if any of you guys want to suggest a game for me to play. Like I was saying, I'm planning on going between like this and Hollow Knight, since I'm upping up to I'm trying for 4 days a week now that we're in the summertime. But if you guys have game suggestions, that's where you put it. If you have any questions on my stream or your streams, if you are streamers, I've got a streamer talk section in there, a place for my clips, a place for memes. And then, again, if you are a streamer or you're interested in the people that I like to watch that are part of this community, I also have a self-promotion section in there. But that was it for this roast rate. Again, gave it, 7 cups? 7 cups out of 10. It was your typical cup of coffee. We'll be drinking on it for the rest of the night. GG ducks all around.